Yo, what is going on, yo? Happy Monday. Let's close this month off fucking right. Today's gonna be a short one. Got a podcast in the next 5 minutes, but I want to hop on here because I got done with Lyft, which was a great workout, 45 minutes of cardio, and then I met Taylor Kavanaugh at Metroflex. So it was funny because if I didn't go to the gym today, and that's why this is titled what happens if you don't miss? If I didn't go to the gym today, I wouldn't have met him. I would have made that connection. I want to give my man Brad Dunn, Reliant Fitness, a shout out and really connected with somebody new, one of his buddies, and say, hey, man, let's do a podcast. Let's help people. Thank you for your service. If I would have missed the gym today, that wouldn't have happened. And that's the key. I've been hearing a lot of people lately talk about mindset. It's very frustrating when you talk to certain individuals. The reason why it's frustrating is because the way that we're geared, the way that we're told, the way that people combat life and come to life is crazy sometimes. And I was talking to a guy and he was like, oh, it's when am I going to break? When am I going to drink again? When am I going to do that? And I'm like, what happens if you just said, what happens if I don't miss? What happens if I don't miss this workout? What happens if I don't miss this nutrition and this good meal? What happens if I don't miss showing up for myself? What happens if I don't miss drinking? And I'm like, just don't miss. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, focus every single day as it's your last. But honestly, it's like, don't miss, bro. Like, you know what you need to do. Now stick to the game plan and show the fuck up. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what happens though? Like, what happens if you change that perspective? And this is where cognitive behavioral therapy comes into session, is really remapping and rewiring those pathways within your brain on how you process information and so forth. But it's like, what happens if you don't miss, dude? What happens if you stay consistent as fuck? And then you realize when you're not drinking that, hey, I don't need this. What happens if you realize that you could change your life by just showing up, giving your all, and being the best you can be? So that's the funny fucking part, is people don't understand that until it is at that motherfucking point to where things are drastic or whatever. But that's the thing you need to be thinking about, is what happens if you don't miss? What happens if you show the fuck up? What happens if you become a better version of yourself? You heal, you show up, you level up, and then you're showing others how to do the same. And that's the fact is a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't go through those things. A lot of people haven't had that actualization, that awakeness, something that gets them to be at that point. And the fact is we've all faced it. We've all been there, whatever. So I'm going to leave you with this very short episode. What happens if you don't miss? What happens if you stay consistent, you show up every day, you show up, you put the work in, you figure out what you have to do, and then you become that different version of yourself. We all know what we need to do. We all know how we need to be better. Now it's just time of taking the initiative to do it. And that's one of the things that I love, and I've been seeing that a lot on social media, is don't miss. I don't miss. I don't miss. It's fucking powerful. It's powerful when you don't miss. It's powerful when you don't miss that workout. It's powerful when you don't miss that meal. It's powerful when you don't miss hanging out with the bullshit. It's powerful when you just don't miss, period, because you start building consistency, creating new habits, creating a new life, and all of a sudden your life drastically changes because you're no longer that same individual. So if you need help with mindset, download my 5 ways to recalibrate your mindset. You can get that by my Instagram bio. Click the link. You can download that from there. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is just the beginning. Y'all have a great week.